everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Games. I am your host, the enlightened and excited Eddie V. Thank you guys for joining us. I have a great, and I just gotta keep saying great because this show is going to be off the hinges. I got a great set of guests here, some making their debuts, some that you've seen. Joining me from another Zelda dungeon, he is the positive player himself, Mr. Shane Kelly.
Podcast. Hello. Other Zelda podcast. Attempt. Thank you, Dad. And I'm glad to be here.
Yes. He is the indie insider himself, Mr. Dan Murphy.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. Making his debut all the way from Land Party and Boss Rush Entertainment is Logan Corgan.
What's up, y'all? I'm so pumped to be here.
And everybody, I'm so happy to have this special guest. He is the lead guide editor from Game Rent. Please welcome my Shy-Time homie himself, Mr. Greysun Morales.
What's up? Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be on some more content with you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How was everybody's weekend? What did everybody do? What did everybody watch?
We had a relaxing weekend.
It was a weekend.
My fiance decided that she wants to learn how to do power tools and renovate things. So I have a completely gutted bathroom, which is fun. So we'll see how that turns out.
Have fun.
She's never done any of this before.
Logan, they'll probably be calling you for help.
Oh, man. I can do bathrooms. Yeah, bathrooms are in my sphere somewhere.
Shane, what have you been up to?
I just watched the Packer game on Saturday. It's pretty entertaining. A lot of good food, which we could talk about. Played some games, so we also will talk about that.
Yes.
And I don't know, just day-to-day living and Zelda. So.
All right. And what about you, Logan?
I worked all weekend. So I worked 2 12-hour shifts. So I was a little bit exhausted, but a little bit of free time I had, I was prepping for Q-List. So I was watching The Office.
Oh, nice.
Get ready for that. Yeah.
Yes, and congratulations to Kansas City. They beat the Browns for playoffs. But the Browns came off strong this year. I will say that. Yeah. I think they had a really great season. Definitely from what happened last year with their last season with that coach. They came with it. And I believe they're going to have another chance next year. So
it was a completely different Browns team. It was cool to see. We'll talk about that on Trash Talk this week.
Yes, you guys should check it out. So we're going to get some quick housekeeping. This is episode 229 of Nintendo Pow Block Podcast. Each and every week we come together to talk about games and everything we love about them with our friends. You can join us live on Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/BossRushGames Live and be a part of the conversation. But if you can't join us live, no big deal. You can head over to youtube.com/BossRushGames and BossRushGames.com to watch the show or listen on your podcast service of choice. Remember to subscribe, follow, rate, and review wherever you consume us. It helps us out with discoverability, and check out our family of shows wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, everybody check us out on Discord at Boss Rush Games. I believe that's it. Dan?
I think so. It's on our Twitter page. Basically, any podcast we have, the Discord is right on our Twitter page. So check us out there.
Yes, and shout out to our producer this episode, the gallivanting Gallatrat himself, Mr. Jacob Taylor. Oh, he's muted everybody, but we want to thank him for producing the show. And now it's time, because I have a lot to talk about also. Everybody, it's one of our favorite times of the show. It's Snacktendo. So, Shane, I'm going to start with you because you're so excited to talk about food, and I love me some good food. What has been in your Snacktendo?
Well, my wife's been lately doing the charcuterie boards, with the meats and cheeses all decorative on a nice platter. and then nuts and fruit. Um, we had like port wine cheese with the almonds in it, with fancy crackers, not the Ritz ones. Um, Peppered jellies, stuff like that. We had prosciutto and yogurt raisins and chocolate pretzels, all that good stuff. Um, so she's done two in about a week and a half span. So the one for the Packers and Rams game was pretty impressive. We had to have two separate plates because there was grapes and stuff on a different plate. So um, the other thing that I had last night, we have a place in town here, Pizza Garden. They have a crab rangoon pizza, which is so delicious. It's got like the sweet chili sauce on it, and then I got a side order of Bang Bang nachos, which you can either do ahi tuna or like a barbecue pork, and then they've got like cilantro and their special Bang Bang sauce, and it's got what's green scallions on it, and they use like the what do you call it? Like the wonton strip chips instead of like natural chips. So
Yeah.
it's really good. And then they put a green and red cabbage on top. So I recommend it.
Sounds amazing.
Yes. Logan, what has been in your snack Tinder? Because you got to talking about barbecue with nerd
yeah.
generous, and I was just like, because we was talking about it earlier, and someone at some company posted something like I think it was a brisket or something, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that looks gorgeous.
That was Salt Lake, which is down in Texas. I love the guys to death. I've gotten to tour their facility when I went down there, and it's just north of Austin. I jokingly have a little bit of a feud with them because every time I tweet about Kansas City barbecue, they somehow will respond with, "Oh, it's not as good as Texas." I love me some Kansas City barbecue, and Kansas City is the barbecue capital of the world. I mean, it's just a fact. But no, yeah, we were talking the other night about sauces, and if you have to have sauce with ribs and like or just anything, I love me some barbecue. But burn ends are my go-to. I had that the other day from Slaps, which is my favorite barbecue joint here in Kansas City. I'm hoping tomorrow, if I can wake up early enough, if I can go over to Joe's, which is right down the street, which is kind of like the legendary place here in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to get me a Z-Man tomorrow, which is the sandwich Kansas City is known for. It's brisket with 2 onion rings, provolone cheese, and just drizzled in barbecue sauce. It is just heaven in a sandwich. So good. And then I've been on a pizza kick like crazy. And so there's this place downtown called Observation Pizza. Highly recommend. You have to reserve your pizza like 2 days in advance.
Really?
And they're so good though. They're so freaking good. It's just 2 guys working out of an office building. Like they're on like the 3rd floor, and they will either deliver it down to the door for you, or they'll drop it in like a little basket from the window. And their pizza is just unbelievable. And so I had one of theirs the other night. I can't remember which one I got. I've been trying to get a different pizza every time I go there. And then my friend owns a pizza shop down in Lee Summit, which is a suburb of KC, called Long Bell. And this past weekend they made a Chinese pizza. It was their version of a crab rangoon pizza, and it was unbelievable. It was so good. I forgot to take photos. That's how good it was. I was just like, I have to inhale this. And yeah. Freaking love it, man. Yeah, pizza's been on the mind, and then tomorrow I'm gonna start making a barbecue jam. I'm gonna try to make one that's savory instead of sweet. It's gonna be good.
You remind me of Food Wars anime, where he thinks of different things. Soma, he thinks of different like recipes, and then at the end, some of his mistakes become like really good food, and it's useful. And trust me, you make a lot of good things.
Corey has not forgiven me though, because I made cosmic brownie ribs.
I was just gonna bring that up.
But you know what? I'm entertained by that. I still think that's creative, and I'm like, I would eat that.
I'm still saying it's in my top 5 ribs I've ever made, and I've made some really good smoked ribs, but that caused in a slow cooker too. I mean, that's the thing that still has blown my mind that we did this, and it was good. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Boss Rush Entertainment is getting a cooking show. Who knows? Maybe.
Grayson, what is your snack Nintendo?
Oh man, so I got an air fryer like 2 weeks ago when I just moved into my new place.
Nice.
And yeah, like that shit is life changing. So like I am making everything in it. I've used my oven like once in the past 2 weeks. Like it's just me and my partner. Usually I cook for just 2 people, so it's perfect for that amount. Because otherwise, if you cook for like a big family, it's not really that useful. I'm assuming, but that coupled with the fact that we started. I'm not like vegetarian, but I'm trying to eat less meat, more healthy stuff, just trying to incorporate some better stuff into our diets, more vegetables. And I've been making some insane stuff in there. The best thing I've made is probably these, they're vegan cauliflower barbecue wings. So it's literally just like a head of cauliflower broken apart into like wing-like pieces, flour and thickening agents with seasoning pretty much, and pop that baby in the air fryer. And then you toss it around in I got like honey barbecue sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings. Like I bought the Buffalo Wild Wing sauce from like Walmart or something, and you just coat it like on a stove, like a frying pan, and those tasted so good. Like,
oh man,
they were like the best things I've ever cooked. And I'm like, wow, this is actually not that hard to eat. I mean, it's not like the healthiest thing, but it's a vegetable, just coated like lots of salt and seasonings and sauce. But yeah, like it's been so cool because I've been trying, like I've made donuts in the air fryer using biscuits and like cinnamon sugar, and butter. Like, oh my god, it's been awesome. So that's been pretty much like that's been taking over my life. The air fryer, like it's my baby. I love it so much. Like
That is awesome.
lifesaver. It's so fast and efficient and easy to clean. Oh my god. Like
with the cauliflower wings, you got to do a little bit of honey with them because it just brings out so much more.
That sounds
so
good. When I make it again, I gotta like try some new stuff.
A little bit of honey in there. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. But yeah.
All right, Dan, what has been in your snack Nintendo?
So, following up after those three is pretty tough. I mean, last week we talked about a box of dots. I've been trying different things. I made a Thai chili sauce a few months ago that I've been doing on repeat, and I made it again this week, and I had leftover Thai chilies. So I tried making a Thai chili jelly. And in theory, it was really good, but when you taste it, it was not. So I'm going to try that again. There's so many different levels when it comes to making jelly of like what you should put in there. And it was like, this just burnt my mouth off. It was way too hot. So I got to try it again. Just like my Thai chili sauce, I had to do it like 10 times to get it right. So I'll probably end up trying that again next week.
All right. I still need you to send me some. Just let me know how much you charge it. I will PayPal you. I will send you an eShop card, whatever you need. Send it to me.
Next time I make it, I'm going to send you a mason jar of it. I promise you. Hold me to it.
Okay.
Did anybody try the watermelon Mountain Dew that came out this week?
Yes, I did.
So good.
It is
so good.
It is good. You have to drink it cold. You cannot drink it warm. It is literally, you have to drink it cold.
Yep.
Yes, I actually had to go across the street from my job to like this local gas station to get it because we don't sell it yet. It's like, dang it. So, for my snack Nintendo, so Friday, I took over the Nintendo Pow Block Twitter handle. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. Hopefully people checked the stream. I ate a whole Supreme pizza bite from Domino's Friday night. It was good. And then I had a chicken parmesan sandwich. I ate some sushi. I ate some chicken mushroom and fried rice from Panda Express. Did Taco Bell's nacho fries because they got the $5 box.
Oh, those are so good.
Oh,
So
so
good.
good.
So
Yes.
good.
I got some Haribo peaches and watermelons, and I have because this is my first time trying the Haribo peaches one. So that one is really good. And then to end it off today, I got a Chicago style hot dog. Uh,
Yes.
Chicago.
I
Was that your
Fire.
first?
I got so much.
Was that your
which
first
one?
one?
Huh?
Your first hot dog?
Uh, for the
Or
year,
your
yes.
Chicago? Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
know
have.
you. I remember you talking to me about the Chicago style.
Yes, I didn't go to the city to go get it yet because of the weather. But when it gets warm and I could go downtown to the city, I'm gonna go
Mhm.
get me a real one at one of the stands and make sure that they add some cheese to the fries and
Mm-hmm.
try to get a Sprite and just and eat it, and then take a picture and show everybody because I'd love to let everybody know. You follow me on Twitter at that retro code. Whenever you get food, I don't care what it is, please post it and send it to me on Twitter. I love food. I love seeing pictures to it. Shout out to Geek Bro. He tried the Reese's with pretzels in it, and I'm going to be trying that tomorrow when I get to work. And I cannot wait. But everybody, that has been our Snack Tendo. And so now it's time for our next section, our Game Fact events. And I kind of want to talk to you guys about the 64DD. This was going to be the attachment to this Nintendo 64 disk drive where you will be able to pop in games and stuff. Surprisingly, though, that this thing only came out in Japan December 1st, 1999, and it was only about for a year. They only sold 15,000 of them. It wasn't a big success for it. But what's interesting, what's like surprising is that some of the games that they had, they was going to have Diablo on it. They was going to have Mario Party 2 on it. They was going to have a game called Mother 3.5, which is the Mother 3 expansion on it. They was going to have Ultra Donkey Kong, which probably end up coming out Donkey Kong 64. They was going to have Euro Zelda, but it got canceled. But yet it got re-released for the GameCube as the Master Quest for Ocarina. I believe Ocarina Time. I believe. Um, they was gonna have Yoshi's Island for it. They was gonna have Super Mario RPG 2 for the 64DD. But yeah, those games they were gonna be on the system, but they ended up getting canceled or got put onto different platforms. They only released 10 games for it, so I do check it out, see how it looks. I was excited. I was gonna get a 64DD because anything like Nintendo, I was all for. Besides the Virtual Boy. But that is my game fact events. Like, do check out the list of games that could have came to the N64 for it. So, but everybody, it's time for Femi News, and our first Femi News. We just had to talk about it. There's a rumor that Mario Kart 9 may be coming to Switch, and people are excited. Um, what do you guys think? I want to ask you guys first. Is it time for us to have a new Mario Kart game?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been 7 years. Like let's get some new Mario Kart going. We're playing the same tracks, and I know that Mario Kart 8 is still the top selling game, but I guarantee you half the people that own Mario Kart 8 are going to buy Mario Kart 9 right away when it launches, and it's still just going to have that trickle effect where people keep buying. I don't see why not.
Do you guys think that they'll go third party on the next one, or
Oh
eventually?
man, that's just a load. I never thought about that, but that's such like a possibility. I feel like.
I believe the series is going the way of Smash Brothers.
Oh man.
Yeah, we had a little in 8, but I think we're going to see a few more first party characters in this 9, and maybe guest DLC.
I don't know if the crowd is ready for third party characters.
In Mario Kart. Maybe the one after this one, but to me, I feel like I would just want them to add more first-party characters and sort of see. But they're not going to change the name of that series, so maybe it could be Mario Kart, something.
Mario
but
Kart
just like
Friends.
basically make it like Nintendo Kart, but I wouldn't think they would
Yeah.
call it that. But just add more characters, add more maps from different franchises. I think they're going that way with the DLC, and I think they know
Yeah.
that people like that, and they can easily do it. Third party characters, I don't think that's. That would seem so weird if that happened like right now. Maybe like Mario Kart 10,
Yeah.
Sure, but
What I think
Whatever
Imagine
that is.
seeing Solid Snake in a Mario Kart game.
I would play that.
He'd
It
be in a
wouldn't
cardboard
match.
box with wheels.
Well,
Well, what if they had a roster that was similar to Smash Bros? I mean, where it is everybody's here.
Yeah.
yeah.
You have that big a roster.
yeah.
And I mean, Bandai Namco has the arcade games of Mario Kart, and like Pac-Man is in there and everything. Well, definitely for this one, there seems to be a tackle button that will be on the RL, and a boost button assigned to Shaky. The rumor also mentions a few characters that will appear, such as Breath of the Wild, Zelda, Mario Koopa, and Ice Climbers. So,
Yeah,
like,
that seems likely.
do you think a tackle button? Because I'm envisioning like Burnout Takedown, where you just like
Burnout, yeah.
flip the ball.
I assume it would be like a little bit of like just a little bump, so you can like knock them over a little bit, maybe steal an item from them or something, make it more action based,
Mhm.
That could be fun.
That's kind of like the battle system, though, right?
A
The
little
battle
bit.
stages.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, could they go the route of like Double Dash and bring back where you have two playable characters on the
I
same card?
love
I would
Double
love
Dash.
that. Yeah,
I
same. That's my
love Double
favorite Mario
Dash.
Kart game. So fun.
Yes. Do you think they'll add like F-Zero or Uniracer tracks, or they'll add like Diddy Kong racing tracks to this one?
See, Diddy Kong was the one I've wanted a port for that over to Switch anyway for so long, because I think that's a more underrated racing game than like Crash Team Racing or the other ones. Like, I love Diddy Kong. I'd love to see a port come, but if it comes in Mario Kart, I'm fine with that.
All right.
So
Well,
we
we're-
have different vehicles then, maybe? You've got the airplanes in there. What about snowmobiles or, some off
Some
the
space
wall?
thing or something. Yeah.
What about some tanks?
Bring in a Warthog from Halo. It's strong relationship with Microsoft.
Well, we're gonna move on because it seems that new Pokemon Snap has actually been dated. The game is launching April 30th on Nintendo Switch. The pre-orders are available right now, and there is a possibility of more Pokemon stuff coming out this year. They did say that Katy Perry is going to be like doing a song for it, so you guys can check that out, and more news is coming out for it. I'm getting this game on the 30th. I'm excited to see it. But what are your guys' thoughts about Pokemon in this 25th anniversary?
Personally, I'm very excited for this anniversary. I'm a big Pokemon fan. Recently I've been kind of like not loving the mainline entries, like Sword and Shield. I played them all, but I don't necessarily love them all. Like Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon were kind of like meh to me. But there's a lot of rumors that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl are getting remakes, which would be really cool to see, since those games are really great. And I'm also excited for Pokemon Snap because I played that a lot as a child, and this game looks really pretty and the graphics look really nice. I'm just worried about Pokemon Snap worked in the 90s or whenever it came out, 2000 or maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that if they use that same exact concept now, I don't know how the game. It's not that I don't think the game's gonna be good, but I don't think it's gonna be anything like monumental or like. I think they're kind of doing more of the same thing, and I don't know if that's gonna be okay in like 2021. It's kind of like Star Fox when they brought Star Fox.
Yeah.
Like to the 3DS, so like Star Fox Zero. It's like, wait, this game's actually you can beat it in like 45 minutes, and then like there's nothing else to do. Yeah, so I don't know. I just hope it's more than what I think it is. I hope it's lengthy, at least a few hours long, and I hope there's a reason to go back. I just don't want it to be simplified because Nintendo tends to do that with these new Yoshi's Island, the Chibi Robo and Hey Pikmin and stuff. Like these titles are not that great, so I just hope this is not like just kind of a lazy sequel.
So
That makes sense.
Go ahead.
I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan. I wanted to ask you, since you brought it up, Grayson. I played Pokemon Red when I was a kid on Game Boy, and I didn't play anything in between until Sword and Shield.
Oh wow.
What separates? Did you say Diamond and Pearl remake, the one you liked,
Uh,
or
wait, Diamond and Pearl from like the recent?
Yeah,
Or, like,
did
the
you
old-
say the one you wanted to see remade was Diamond and Pearl?
Yeah, well, that's just because like it's the next one, but I think it is also like one of the strongest like
Yeah, so
generation.
what separates that game from other Pokemon games? Because I feel like they're all kind of similar, right? Or
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Diamond and Pearl is that it was the first DS games, so that was really the push of the graphics in the Pokemon series. And
Mhm.
then like I don't know, like the world, the region itself was very like it was varied and like there was snowy mountaintops and like cool chateaus. It was like very French, oh my God,
Okay.
French themed. Uh,
And I think it
but the-
was. I think that was was that the first online one that you could do? Because you said because you
yes.
had the I don't. I know Nintendo did a like NFC kind of chip kind of thing
You
that
have
you
like the
plugged in your.
wireless adapter for the
Yeah,
GBA, but down to the DS to have like online connectivity. Because for Diamond and Pearl, that was when I started to get into trading and battling, and I was in internet forums on Cerebi, like looking for Pokemon and trading and stuff. But it's a thing because that game has not had a remake or release, so I have not played those games since they come out. So you're asking me what's different? I'm like, I don't really remember like the specific stuff, but I just remember the Pokemon designs being really cool, and it was mostly like the graphics that really made it stand out from like Ruby and Sapphire and
Gotcha.
Gold and Silver and stuff. Yeah.
what about you, Shay?
Well, I only rented Pokemon Snap, so I fully don't know what that all offered, and it was a long time ago. Did that have a story at all? Like
No.
at least okay, that's what I thought.
No.
I really think for this one to work, you probably are going to need some kind of tangible story. Um, I I can take pictures with my phone. I don't know if I want to do it in game, virtually with the Pokemon. We'll see. I'm excited for it. The graphics look amazing, but I do hope that they add some kind of maybe RPG elements to it where you upgrade things or maybe upgrade the vehicle you're riding in or tools that you use within this game. Um, Other than that, I think it'll do well.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Your
for sure.
nostalgia fact, and there are tons and tons of Pokemon fans. So
That game is going to be huge on Twitter. Like Nintendo knows what they're doing. Like how many
Yeah.
people are going to freaking share these? We're going to be seeing these pictures for months after this
oh,
game comes out.
pictures and videos, yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Logan?
I think Nintendo missed an opportunity though, because imagine if this was integrated into Pokemon Go. This could be huge if players were walking around a world and then, like, as they went to find a Pokemon, they could take a photo and get like bonus or get more or different little add-ons and stuff. I think especially with the phone element, there's so many opportunities there. With I kept thinking back to the original Pokemon Go trailer where they showed like all the different creatures, like feeling like you were interacting with them in real life. Like if you were taking photos of them as like you were driving in the middle of the country, you just passed through like a bunch of Pokemon like grazing in a field or something like that. Like there was opportunities there. I think that Nintendo's kind of missing here. I'm really excited because I did play the original Snap and I loved it, but I do want a little bit more of an RPG element as well, just like Shane was saying.
Yeah, and Geek Bro mentioned that it would be cool to have Labo functionality with this game, and I could see that. I could actually see that. And the Pokemon Go thing, Logan, I think that could this may be a little bit too long, but I think if the summertime happens and they added that functionality just so they can make sure that they get it right, depending on how the pandemic is going, I think a lot of people will be outside walking and doing Pokemon Go and Snap at the same time, like including it. Like that would be amazing.
I would gladly pay $10.99 as a DLC feature to Pokemon Go to add this in. I mean, give me an opportunity to get more Pokeballs, to get more of the resources that we need in the game, and then or like ways to speed up evolutions and all that cool stuff. there's opportunity there. I don't know the best way to proceed with it, but I think there's an opportunity.
Yeah, you could definitely do events from that. From Pokemon Go, saying they featured another Caterpie this week, and okay, now you can find Caterpie in Pokemon Snap. You know, you can fuse those together so easily. And yeah, I believe they could do something a lot more financially sound if they do it this way. So
There is a rumor that Diamond and Pearl may come to the Switch as a remake. But for each of you guys, whether you played it or not, but which Pokemon game would you love to see come to Switch? For me, I would like Pokemon Conquest, the strategy game.
Like a new game or like a port of like an older game?
Anyone. I would like Pokemon Conquest to come, the one that Bandai Namco did with Nintendo, where you had the samurai. It's like Fire Emblem meets Pokemon.
It's tactics, Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love for that. Logan?
I actually kind of have to agree with you, Ed, because I did like the tactic kind of style of Pokemon, where that felt to me like it reminded me of playing the actual card game with my friends and stuff, and it felt like more strategic in that sense.
Okay. What about you, Shay?
So I played Red and Blue, on Super Game Boy on my Super Nintendo, and I played Gold and Silver. In between there, I did play Diamond for a little bit, and I played the Stadium games. So if I had to pick, I'd probably do some kind of new game paired with Stadium-like features, bunch of mini games. I don't think it would work as well now because you have the online and you can play each other, but it would be nice to have a hub to test any Pokemon you want, and maybe you can use a certain Pokemon and level up and unlock their moves, and you can then maybe win money to buy TMs and HMs, and you can then attach it to your Pokemon, and you can go all crazy on what you want to do. So again, that's another RPG element that would be awesome in some kind of Coliseum Stadium type Pokemon game. And still do maybe some kind of small adventure in there as well. It doesn't have to be full-fledged, but you can, just do almost like a DLC story, like you have in Sword and Shield.
Yes. What about you, Grayson? It's still Diamond and Pearl?
No, I have like 5 things floating around my head. So in fact, I think about this a lot because, like I said, I am like a lapsed Pokemon fan, but like there's so many like spin-offs that I would love to see. So Pokemon Ranger is a series I really liked, which was like on the DS era. I think there were 3 games or 2 that came on the DS, and they were a lot of fun. But they mostly revolved around using the stylus, because you would capture Pokemon by using the stylus around them, and you have different techniques that you could use and stuff. And they had a really like quirky writing, like nice little storyline. I would want like a new game, or a Pokemon Coliseum game, or Pokemon like Gale of Darkness, like those RPGs. Just because they were so cool because they were like it was like the main storyline of Pokemon, but in a different world, sort of, where you're fighting against different villains, and it's a darker, mature like plot. Something like that would be cool, because Pokemon has been so like dumbed down and like crazy. So it'd be cool to have at least one mature like storyline, even if it's not like a legit region. It's just like its own thing, like set somewhere far away.
Grand Theft Pokemon.
Basically. And rob people, just
Rock.
Dan, any kind of Pokemon game you would like?
I want to see Red and Blue get like a true remake. I really didn't like the like capturing and Let's Go. It just was too boring for me. And I'd like a hard mode in any Pokemon game. Like, just give me like a difficult mode. I've actually played an indie game called Nexomon, which is basically a ripoff of Pokemon, but it's actually difficult, and I've enjoyed that. But I'd like to see Pokemon do that, and I think I'd actually be a fan of the games.
Okay. I did like Pokemon.
They actually did a
versions though, because for me, being a dad, I didn't have as much time as I used to play, the full games. So it was kind of nice to just sit back and, do a slower pace and easier paced game. Yes, they should do a harder mode, though. I agree. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
They put a hard mode and they did it once in like Pokemon, like I think it was Black and White 2 or something.
Yeah.
They did a hard mode and then never did it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't play that sequel, but yeah, I know that game has it. So, interesting note.
Well, everybody, we're gonna get into our last story because the Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury. I I
So good.
literally screamed and laughed my tail off because it
Oh,
looks
yeah.
so good. I don't know why is Nintendo like the meme king of video games? Like even when the trailer is still going on, you hit Twitter and it's already a meme going on. Like with it, like Smash is known for it, but everybody the artwork that they have for it, everybody was just like, oh, it's Godzilla, it's it- it's
They did the Gigamax Pokemon with
yeah,
Bowser.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still remember the Super Mario Super Show, and they had the one where Bowser grows to a huge size, and then Mario has to drink a potion or something, and he gets huge, and then they fight in Brooklyn,
Oh my god.
and
The
it just
kaiju.
reminded me of that. Just less
yeah.
cat.
Yes, and it feels like it's a mix of Super Mario Odyssey and 3D World together.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. You get to turn it to a Mega Cat if you get the 3 shrines to unlock it. This is a free online thing, so it's gonna be part of the game. And yeah, it's only like co-op, I believe. But Mario 3D World itself, the full game, is gonna be online. So if you have a Nintendo Online, you'll be able to play with friends around the world. And you get still like the step thing with it. But man, I cracked up and I laughed, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm super hyped for this! Like, this is gonna be because this is crazy because it's super. I think next month is Super Mario 3D World and Bravely Default 2, right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Persona 5 Strikers too soon.
Oh, Persona 5. Isn't there something coming out for Medium is this month for Xbox? Something is coming out for PlayStation, I think, next month too.
Um,
Because Returnal's not until March, which I hope to have my PS5 by then to to play Returnal.
It's rumored Ratchet and Clank, but we haven't ever got
yeah,
a date.
that's supposed to
Okay.
be like spring. I feel like that's gonna be pushed into like April or something, probably.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it got pushed. There was rumor of Ragnarok, but we haven't seen anything on that, so that's not going to happen.
Okay. But what do you guys think of this Bowser's Fury? Are you guys will give it a try or anything?
Yep. That's like the best. That's like the best. I've never been more excited for a port of a game I already played. Like that trailer was really good, and it just made me want to play like a 3D Mario game again, like replay Odyssey, because watching Mario like platform, I didn't get emotional, but I'm like, it's been a while since we had a new 3D Mario game. It's 4 years now, so it's just like, oh, like I just love 3D Mario so much. So I can't wait to like experience that new area and whatever else they have hidden in there, and then just play through the whole game again because it's been so many years. So I'm hyped.
Yeah,
What about
I
you?
skipped the Wii U, so I am super hyped
Oh,
for
man.
3D World. I haven't played it before, and then watching the trailer for Bowser's Fury is like it had these Odyssey / Mario Sunshine kind of vibes. Yeah, it looks awesome. I'm trying to clean my backlog as much as I can right now because I'm gonna have such a busy February with Bravely Default and 3D World. So yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait for this game.
What about you, Logan?
I can't wait. This is something that will get me to pick up the Switch again and go back to it. And I don't remember playing it before, so I'm excited. I might have. I just don't remember. So, really curious or really excited to play it in really for the I can't talk for the first time today. Or
Yeah.
I can't talk today. It's weird.
And Captain Toad, the Captain Toad levels are so
Oh my god, that
good.
looks
Captain
great.
Toad levels are a blast.
Yes, I
It
know.
looks so much fun.
and if everybody's seeing this, I don't know if Walmart has did anything, but you can get the Captain Toad in the DLC for $4.32, I think.
Is that
Nice.
Uh,
still a thing?
I think so. People
I
have been
remember you
trying.
were tweeting about
That
something
that
about
game is like a blind spot in my like. I played on Wii U, but I never finished Captain Toad.
Oh, it's
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 so
really
like
hard.
$30.
It got
It's on
really
sale
hard.
for $30 or $25 right now with the DLC.
it's so good.
Honestly.
So well, everybody, that has been our Febby news. We're gonna get a quick link code. Now I did put something else, but I kind of want to bring up this New York Times story. Just talking about a little bit. Saying that a lot of people have been playing games, or kids been playing games, and it's becoming worrisome and everything. We had a pandemic, and they reported earlier that video games kind of like saved a whole bunch of people throughout the pandemic. Like Switch continues to sell and it's sold out. PlayStation and Xbox became like second, um, third things that people were just like, well, since they don't got a Switch, I guess I'll give me one of these systems. And then when the Switch came in, people went and brought it. But throughout this pandemic, like I don't think gaming hurt anybody. I don't even think it hurt kids. Nobody couldn't go outside and do anything. So I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think? Did video games help us during last year, or was it, hurtful to a lot of people?
I mean, no, I don't think video games are hurtful at all. You know, what I mean, it's like I'm sure we were all stuck inside as kids just because you wanted to playing games all day, and we're all fine. I feel like it's like I think there's just a limit. If your kid is like 8 years old, sitting in their room in the dark for 15 hours straight, maybe they should like go outside for a minute or like get some air. You take a walk. There's a balance. I don't think video games are necessarily bad. It's just like anything. If you do too much of it, it's all about regulating and making sure you're doing the right amount. And it's just like I feel like the parents who think gaming is bad for their kids are the ones who let their kids play in their games for like 18 hours straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like to piggyback on that, yeah, there is a balance, but during a pandemic, this was really the only way for kids to really like what's the word I'm looking for?
Socialize.
socialize.
Yeah, socialize. It was the only way for like kids to socialize with their friends because they couldn't really go see them, and you don't want to sit there and text all day. So, I think in a way it was like very helpful, and it probably kept people a little sane too. I mean, even on my end, like I was able to reconnect with other friends that I haven't seen in a while, more so than I have before because we're online playing Madden or, building an island on Animal Crossing and selling turnips. I don't. If there is any negative to it, it's really just like Grayson was saying that there wasn't the balance. But yeah, I can't blame video games here.
What about you, Logan? Thoughts?
I do try to see this from both sides, right? So, okay, on the positive, like for mental health, being able to socialize with your friends and connect, playing video games, it's awesome. And there are great games specifically for mental health. Like I think of Abzu when I think of a game that helps with mental health, and I think Tell Me Why was a great example last year too of games that can really make an impact. On the negative, though, I can see it where like parents are exposing the kids. Fortnite's a big example of like kids get verbally harassed, of course, in any like first person shooter or third person, whatever you play. But I think it's the games that you surround yourself with. Just like in life, the people that you surround yourself, you become a product of that at some point. And for the kids who, they play these ultra violent games. I'm not saying that they're going to become violent, but they'll be less. Sensitive, less sensitive to violent things. I mean, if I was a parent in this day and age, which I'm clearly not, thank God, my kids would only be able to play video games for a certain time because yes, I think that they do need to go out and experience other things besides video games. I think the Wii had the best feature ever where it would tell you to go play in video games, take a break for a little while, and go outside. But I think it's just the games that you surround yourself with and the games you're playing. I mean, I think you become less aware of things when you're constantly exposed to them.
And what about you, Shay?
Well, having a kid myself, she's 3. She's starting to play Animal Crossing. Um, I had her try out Tony Hawk Pro Skater last night. Um,
0 to
so
100.
yeah, yeah. So I know it's fun for her to dress up your animals and all that, and I think it all comes down to the content of the game, how well the parent is moderating that game. Other some parents are more extreme. You can play M-rated games. Some are not. Um, I remember working at Toys R Us, and Grandma would come in with 10-year-old so and so, and they put Grand Theft Auto on the
That was
counter,
me.
and I'd say,
Same,
"So you
same
know,
here.
yep,
Same here.
just so you know, you can do a line of Coke on here, and you can go to the strip club. Is that Are you going to do that after taking your child to Toys R Us? Would you do that in real life?" It puts that in perspective, and then of course the kid's mad at me for telling grandma this, but I feel as an adult, I have a responsibility to let other adults know the content, and then they can still decide for that kid. Um, with the pandemic, I think it's, yeah, you're stuck at home. I've been playing more games with my brothers. I got 4 brothers and a sister. We've been playing more online, and it helps us, get through our day. Hey, what are you doing today? What happened today? Stuff happens, and you need to talk about it. And you can still, shoot something up, or you can, I don't know, do something more mild. But I think kids today still need that socialization. Um, whether it be at school or online. And
Yep.
yes, bullies are at school and bullies are online,
Yep.
and you, as a parent, need to help them deal with that. So
Yep.
And I think just looking at 2020 for last year, Animal Crossing has been a big seller for pretty much around the world for a lot of people. For I think for kids and adults, because of the social usage of it, people visiting towns and being creative and decorating your house and the ground and stuff. Like it allow people to be creative and just have something to do, and pretty much gaming for everybody for everywhere on all consoles, even with Series X and PS5 being out, it really just gave people something to do to keep their minds off of some of the real world events that's going on. Some
yeah,
people just feel like there's so much that's going on. And they're just like, I need something to take this away, and video games helped it and everything. So it's kind of weird that they pray that not the New York Times saying itself, but how stories praise video games for helping people get through the pandemic, and then this story come out saying that kids are playing too much. And they're just like, you'd be surprised on what adults play
Oh
compared to
yeah.
kids.
Mhm.
You know, adults probably put like 50 plus some hours just doing Destiny. But it could be the same thing that they put hours into making a Mario level for Mario Maker 2.
it's
So
sick.
like,
You could do that in Candy Crush or something.
right.
Mhm.
So but everybody, that is going to be our quick link code. It's time now for our doc mode, and I'm so happy for this because it is our second Pow Block Clubhouse quiz show featuring the Elite Block Agents. And this one is going to be hosted by Dan Murphy himself. So Dan, take it away.
All right, Ed, thanks. So we are going to do 3 rounds for this game show. First round, we're going to do multiple choice. In this multiple choice round, our contestants are going to buzz. First one to buzz gets to answer the question. Second round, I'm going to ask you guys each 3 questions. They're all going to be multiple choice again. These are going to be worth 1 point. And then the final round, it's going to be a 3-part question. You have to get all 3 parts of it right, and that's going to be worth 5 points. So our listeners know who's who with our buzzers. Shane, can you give me a buzz? Logan, can you give me a buzz? Grayson, can you give me a buzz? And finally, Ed.
Can I run to the restroom really quick before we start?
Yes.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay.
Ed, can you hold it a little closer to your mic when you buzz?
Oh, let's see.
There you go. Yeah, I really, really hope I can get a few of these by you, Ed, because your pregame questions were a lot harder than the ones I'm going to ask.
Yeah, I didn't know like any of those series.
No, the two I got right, I guessed.
Yeah, I think I guessed all of them.
I knew one. That was it, and got 4. So
Yeah, the Metroid one was the one I knew like for sure. I'm like, okay, I got this.
Well, to let everybody know, before Logan comes back, Resident Evil is going to be having a showcase on January 21st, this Thursday. I'm going to be watching it. We know that it's not coming out for Switch, but there may be some new things announced for it. Is anyone of you guys going to be checking it out?
Mhm. Oh yeah, they're teasing Resident Evil 4 stuff today on their Twitter account.
And
So,
I mentioned to you,
yes.
Grayson, that I don't want it to be announced
yeah,
until
we had
for
that
the next 2
conversation.
years.
And it's like I agree with you, but also I didn't because I'm like, it's like we don't want too many Resident Evil games, but I'm like, if it's good, I'll take it like this
Yeah.
year. You know what I mean? It's like, but you're right. Like they are doing a lot of stuff like Capcom with Resident Evil, so I'm just afraid they're gonna get kind of like burnt out a little bit, and the games are gonna start to kind of feel samey, like Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, I
But
mentioned.
four is my favorite. Four is my
I
my
agree.
favorite RE game. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
the
I
best
love
one.
four.
And a remake like that game would look. I would scream.
Did you say
I would
4
scream
was
if they
your
show like a
favorite?
trailer for that.
Do you think
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
third person again, or what do you think they do first person?
Third person.
I think
They would-
yeah. They would keep
I
it like
think
the
4
remakes.
was like the perfect game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good.
Cool.
All
All
right.
right, are we ready to get started?
Yes, we are.
Let's do it.
All right, so just a reminder, first round, I'm going to ask a multiple choice question. Everybody gets a chance to answer. First one to buzz in and get it correct will get 1 point. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, let's start it off easy. In The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, you get a companion named, her name is Navi, and she's a fairy. Where...
And a race, Shay.
Where did Navi get her name? A. Naval. B. Navigate. C. North American Virtual Institution. Or D. Pulled from a hat.
Oh,
I think I
Navigate.
heard Shane first.
yeah.
Go ahead, Shane.
Navigate.
Navigate it is. That's a pretty easy one, isn't it? All right. Second question. What is the name of the gun used for duck hunt? A. Zapper. B. Blaster. C. Game gun. Or D. Power pointer. I think I heard
Sound like
Grayson
Logan.
on that one.
Oh, I didn't press mine.
Oh,
pressed mine.
then it was Logan's. It was Logan's.
Yeah.
Wasn't that B?
I'm sorry?
Wasn't it option B? I can't remember what it was, but it was option B
B
there.
was Blaster.
Yeah, wasn't it Blaster?
It is not Blaster. Ed?
A. Zapper.
Zapper it is.
Dang it.
That's what I thought. Damn it.
All right. Next question. Tetris, with an estimated 495 million copies sold and downloaded, is the best-selling cross-platform game of all time. But what's the best-selling Nintendo exclusive game? A. Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. B. Wii Sports. C. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Or D. New Super Mario Brothers for the DS.
Oh, man.
Ed?
Wii Sports.
That's right. Wii Sports
Damn it.
sold
Yep.
82.96
Yeah.
million copies
Came
worldwide.
free with the console. Came free with the console.
All right, question number 4. Which of the following games did Mario creator Miyamoto not design? A. Donkey Kong. B. Kid Icarus. C. Excite Bike. Or D. The Legend of Zelda. I heard chimes first.
That was mine.
Grayson?
Legend of Zelda.
No.
Wait. Oh shit.
Ed, let's
B. Kid Icarus.
That's
Kid
what I
Icarus
thought.
it is.
Still Sakurai.
I knew that one.
Yeah,
I knew he just
Miyamoto, the reason that Legend of Zelda was created because he went to the cave and explored, and that gave
Oh
him an
yeah,
idea as a kid where to
it's
make the
it.
Legend of Zelda.
Aonuma took over, right, as the creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dang it. Ugh. Damn it.
All right, next up. What is the best-selling Nintendo handheld of all time? The system sold a estimated 154 million units since launch. A, the Nintendo Game Boy, B, Nintendo Game Boy Advance, C, Nintendo DS, or D, Nintendo 3DS.
The DS.
DS it is. DS is the second highest selling system of all time behind the PlayStation 2. All right. This one is actually from one of our Game Fact Advance. So, question: which pro baseball team did Nintendo become majority owner of in 1992? Nintendo spent $100 million to dip its toes in a very different kind of game. A, Seattle Mariners. B, Oakland. C,
Seattle Mariners.
we'll give it a Logan.
Thank you. Yeah, Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, Nintendo is headquartered in Redmond, Washington. They purchased the team in 1992 as a goodwill gesture to keep it from relocating to St. Petersburg, Florida. They recently sold all but 10% of its stake to the Mariners in 2016 for $661 million.
Wow. That's a lot.
Next question. Which Nintendo
Yeah,
game caused enough injuries in children to result in a $80 million settlement? Former New York Attorney General Elliot Spitzer went after Nintendo when parents reported cuts, blisters, and friction burns that resulted from playing A, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, B, Super Smash Bros., C, Mario Kart 64, or D, Mario Party. Times on that one.
That
Grayson,
was Mario Party.
Mario Party it is.
Yes.
All right, right now we got Ed in the lead with 3, Logan with 1, Grayson with 1, and Shane with 2.
Nice.
All right. What is the name of Nintendo's first ever Game & Watch title? Nintendo started production on the line of handheld electronic games in 1980. Was it A, Ball, B, Oil and Panic, C, Egg, or D, Mario Bros? Ed?
Ball. A.
It's A.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Juggling game sold about 250,000 copies. Next question. Which film inspired the enemies in Nintendo's Metroid series?
Hold on. What? How many did you ask?
Huh?
How many did you ask already? Is this the 7th question?
This is the 9th and final question.
Oh, you. Oh, okay. I was just like you only had supposed to ask 7, but that's fine. Go ahead.
All right, well, we got 9. So, which film inspired the enemies in Nintendo's Metroid series? A, Star Wars, B, Galaxy of Terror, C, Predator, or D, Alien? Jason?
Alien D.
Alien it is.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to go into round 2.
Hold on.
We got,
So who? So I have 4.
I was getting there.
Oh, okay.
Slow your roll, Ed.
Like,
We know you have 4, right? Just kidding.
We're going into round 2. We got Ed in the lead with 4. Shane and Grayson both tied with 2. And Logan could come in first, but he's in last with 1 point.
Okay. So, do you have a question for Shane and Grayson to answer so they could break the?
You want to break the tie after the first round?
They had, if you want to, that's fine.
Sure.
Oh,
All
am I
right.
answering or you answering it?
I don't know. I'm looking for a question for them. All right, let's try this one. What is Mega Man's name in Japan? A, Gunman, B, Robot Man, C, Beta Man, or D, Rockman?
Rockman.
Rockman it is.
Yay.
All right, so Ed, we're going to start it off with 3 questions for you, okay?
No, I'm the last one.
Oh, I thought you go first.
No, whoever's got the lowest one goes first. So whoever got the most goes last.
Let's start with Logan then.
Yo, yeah.
All right, Logan. What was the first Nintendo game to have a save game feature? And this is not talking passwords. This is like the first battery-powered game backup. A, Dragon Warrior. B, Final Fantasy. C, Metroid. Or D, The Legend of Zelda.
I'm going to say Final Fantasy.
It's The Legend of Zelda.
Okay, Legend of Zelda.
All right, next question. What was Nintendo's original line of business when the company was founded? A, love hotels. B, instant rice. C, taxi company. Or D, playing cards.
I mean, playing cards sounds right, but yeah, we'll go with that.
Good one. We got playing cards it is. Though
They-
Nintendo
God.
invested in love hotels, instant rice, and taxis in the past, love hotels was a real thing. The company got its start
Is it like
manufacturing traditional
Bowser
Japanese
Smash
playing
Palace? Jesus.
And let's
Never
go
mind, I
with-
can't make that joke.
Which famous developer was banned from having their name published in the Nintendo Power's top scores section for Tetris? Was it A, Steve Jobs, B, Steve Wozniak, C, Bill Gates, or D, Captain Crunch?
Wasn't it Woz?
It was.
Yeah.
And he got banned so much he got banned and then started submitting his name in backwards
Yeah.
to get back in there.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna move on to
Hold on.
Shane.
So he's supposed to get 2 bonus questions. A question with 2 bonus points.
Oh, okay.
Right, because he got the third one right. So now the follow-up is a bonus question for him. He has to give you 2 answers to get the 2 bonus points.
Okay.
What game did Wario first appear in? A, Super Mario World, B, Super Mario Land, C, WarioWare, or D, Super Mario Land 2?
It was A, right? Super Mario World.
Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Very good game.
Yeah, that's one of the best.
Yeah.
All right. Shane, you're up next. What was the first NES game to use the Konami code? This is the up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start.
Mhm.
A, Contra, B, Life Force, C, Gradius, or D, R-Type?
It was a Contra.
It is actually Gradius.
It was great. Okay.
Oh.
Yep, they created the cheat to make the incredibly difficult game easier to play during testing.
Oh, wow.
All right. Since you're a Zelda guy, I wanted to ask you this one. How many Zelda titles have the name Link in them? A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, or D, 6?
Wow.
Wow.
Does that include Link's crossbow training?
It does not.
Okay. Are these main titles?
Mainline titles, I'm sorry.
Hmm. And what was number? There was 3, 4, and what?
3, 4, 5, or 6?
I'm gonna say 4.
Yes, it's 4.
Oof.
Zelda 2, Adventure Link.
Yep.
The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds.
That's a good one. I was sweating too for you.
All right. What is Ganondorf's last name?
Oh my gosh.
A. Angam. B. Dragmere. C. Grimoire. Or D. Mandrag.
Oh man. I'm gonna say D.
No, it is Dragmere.
Isn't it? What? Oh, that was B. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, D was Mandrag. All right. Shane, you get 3 there, so now we're going to move on to Grayson. All right. What does the... Actually, we'll make that the second one. In the original Super Mario Brothers, what 2 characters were combined to make Luigi? A. Mario and Koopa, B. Peach and Toad, C. Toad and Koopa, or D. Koopa and Goomba?
What the heck? The first one.
Mario and Koopa?
Yeah.
Yep. The character design of Mario and the yellow and green color palette of the Koopa.
That's awesome.
That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
All right. In the very first Legend of Zelda game, what is the maximum number of rupees you can hold? 99, 255, 500, or 999?
I think it's just 99.
No, it's actually 255.
What?
Yeah,
Jeez.
so in the original Zelda, you can only hold a byte of data. So a byte is between 1 and 256. So it's like the color palette when you're doing something. So 255, it's not as arbitrary as it seems. All right. What does a P-Wing stand for in Mario games? A, pair of wings, B, pipe wing, C, peach wing, or D, paratrooper wing?
Oh my god. Is it D? Paratrooper?
It is. Paratrooper
Oh,
wing.
thank god. I almost said the first one.
All right. Which Legend of Zelda game has Tingle not appeared in? A, Minish Cap, B, Oracle of Ages, C, Majora's Mask, or D, Twilight Princess?
He wasn't in Twilight Princess. Wait,
That's correct.
is that it? Okay? It's like, wait, was there like a realistic, scary version? Tingled, like,
No, that's correct. It was Twilight Princess. He was not part of. All right, we're gonna move on to Ed. Oh, I tried making some real tough ones for you, Ed.
Wait, I gave you the tip to know how to do the question.
You're gonna get him anyway, Ed. Come on.
If he gets the third, can I ask his extra question?
Absolutely.
Got a great one for him.
It's so. Oh.
Round 2 for Ed. Nintendo worked together with the companies Sony and Philips to try to make a disc-based add-on for Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Both of them did not work. Sony ended up making the PlayStation. Philips made this console, which had the right to use Nintendo franchises. What was the name of this console and the infamous amongst gamers? A, Jaguar, B, CDI, C, TurboGrafx 16, or D, 3DO?
B, CDI.
That's it.
Yeah.
What year was Nintendo first founded? A, 1953, B, 1896, C, 1889, or D, 1933?
I believe it's C.
It is C.
Yeah, because there was another company before they got into the game business. Remember, it was in the 1800s, 19th century.
All right. 4. Where is Nintendo headquarters located? A, Tokyo, B, Kobe, C, Osaka, or D, Kyoto?
D, Kyoto.
It's Kyoto. Apparently those are not hard enough. I have one that's pretty mean for the 4th one, but I'll give
ahead.
this to Logan.
Go ahead. Go. Answer
Give him
it.
a bonus. Yeah, give him a bonus on a bonus. See if you can
Okay,
get
we'll give him
If he
bonus
doesn't get it
on
right, it subtracts 3 points.
No, that's unfair.
All or nothing. If you get it right, you lose.
It's a wager bet.
Nah.
What does the word Nintendo roughly translate to in English? A. Endless possibilities. B. Listen to the stars. C. Leave luck to heaven. Or D. Love in the air.
I've never heard this.
Let me know if you want me to repeat them.
Repeat him again.
I'll take his points if I can answer.
No, you cannot.
I'll allow it.
No, you can't allow it.
A. Endless possibilities. B. Listen to the stars. C. Leave luck to heaven. Or D. Love is in the air.
Hey,
See?
Shane's right. It's C.
What was that one?
Leave luck to heaven.
you look that.
What the heck? Is that
And we
because
talked
they used to be playing card company? The Hanafuda playing cards, maybe? That's why they, I don't know, luck cards.
Right. I thought it was in this possibilities because of them.
That sounds that sounds like Nintendo today, you know?
Right. Oh shit.
And we talked about Double Dash earlier. What was the most popular combo in Double Dash that was used?
So it was green shell and then red shell.
No, I meant like characters.
Oh, the popular combo? Oh.
Yeah. The most used 2 characters on a team.
For what was the question again?
Who was the 2 most popular characters to team up with, or what was the most popular duo to use in Double Dash?
I think it was Toad and Donkey Kong.
No, it was Yoshi and Birdo.
Really?
Of course.
Yep.
I thought it was Toad because he had more. They gave him more the speed to go faster. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
Interesting.
yeah. You
I'll
know
I'll
what?
never forget that now.
Was there ever like a survey or statistics about that?
That was from Amino.com, which they do all the tracking for Mario Kart.
Oh, I didn't even know that. No, nice.
Very cool.
Nice. All right. Well, going into the final round, Ed and Grayson are both tied with 7 up front. And Shane and Logan are tied for second with 3. This is a 5-point round. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions. You're going to write them down. And if you get all 3 right, you get 5 points. So are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be the last officially licensed game for the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and the Game Boy. So I'm gonna tell you what the game was, and then you just write down what year you think it was released. So the final game for the NES game system was The Lion King. What year was The Lion King released for the NES?
Okay, I'm listening, but I'll be right back.
So one more time, The Lion King was the final released game on the NES. What year was it released? Okay, second one. The last game that was on a cartridge for the Super Nintendo was Fire Emblem. I'm probably going to butcher this name. Thracia 776. What year was this released? This is for the Super Nintendo. You guys need me to repeat that, or are you good for the next one?
I'm good.
Yep.
All right, for the regular Nintendo Game Boy, Pokemon Yellow's Special Pikachu Edition was the final game released for Nintendo Game Boy. What year was Pokemon Yellow Special Pikachu Edition released? All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Shane, let's start with you.
All right.
Lion King.
I have 1993.
It's 1995.
Oh, damn it.
What'd you have for Super Nintendo?
1996.
2000.
Holy cow.
Oh, gosh.
And Game Boy.
1998.
Oh, so close. 99.
Oh.
Wow.
Logan, what'd you have?
I had 1999 for the first one, 94 for the second one, and 2004 for the third one.
Greysun?
I put 94 for the first one, 95 for the second one, and I got 99 for the last one.
Oh, nice.
So I got that one right, at least. The Pokemon one.
So I had 92 for the first one, 97 for the second one, and 96 for the last one.
All right, well, we got to find a tiebreaker for Greysun and Ed. Oh, boy. I wasn't prepared for this, you guys.
I know too much about Nintendo.
1 second. Oh, I think I got one for you guys.
Ooh.
I have one if you don't.
Yeah, go for it.
What was the last active Ubisoft game to still release on the Wii?
It's like an online game, kind of.
Yeah,
Or like-
yeah. What was the last active franchise to continue to release on the Wii?
Is it Just Dance 21?
God dang it, he got that right. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's Just Dance. Just Dance was on Wii up until this past year. This was the first year that they didn't release straight to the Wii.
I was thinking like an online Ubisoft community kind of game. That's where my head went.
No, because Just Dance still sold on the Wii for a while.
Yeah.
All right, I got a good tiebreaker one. Are you ready? This will be multiple choice.
Okay.
Okay, so the original inventor of the Game Boy was named Gunpei Yokoi.
Gunpei Yoko.
Gunpei Yoko. There you go. He started at Nintendo as a concept artist, B, an engineer, D, a
You mean C?
manager. Huh?
You mean C?
C, a manager, or D, a janitor.
I'm going with D, a janitor.
I was gonna go with engineer.
It's janitor.
Oh, dang.
It's janitor.
Yeah.
How do you go from janitor to freaking that?
Yep.
Yeah.
He created the concept of the Game Boy. So, Ed, you took the crown, but at least someone put up a fight.
I tried,
So-
y'all.
Final score, Ed had 8. Greysun comes in second with 2. Logan and Shane in third place with 3.
I didn't finish last. Yes.
Yes.
I'm so proud of myself for a second.
That was good. Thank you, guys. Ed, back to you.
Well, everybody, since I did win, I will have a special prize for you guys. And we'll go from there. And congratulations to the person who will get a $10 eShop card. So we get into our last part, playing with power. And Logan, what have you been playing with power?
Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been streaming that, doing a new playthrough of that. I'll actually be live as soon as we go down here. I'll hop back onto that. And then I've been playing Celeste again. I love that game.
Nice.
And doing a nice little dive through of that. And then the only other thing I've been playing is Tell Me Why. Finally finishing Tell Me Why.
I'm about to start that too.
So good.
Ah. All right, Shane, what have you been playing with Power?
On my Switch, I've been playing Kentucky Route Zero. Interesting game. I'm on Act 5, which is the last one. Um, it's mainly about debt, so um, so it connects with me. uh, PS4, I'm playing Path of Exile. It's the free game, sort of like Diablo. I'm playing with my four brothers, so yeah, it's pretty fun. We've been every weekend, playing a couple hours here and there. So, um, and then I'm playing the Talos Principle, nice puzzle game from 2014, I believe. I recommend it if you like any kind of puzzle games. Very good graphics too. And then the last one, of course, is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is so nostalgic. And I'm trying to get back to my N64 scores, and it's kind of impossible. With the 64 controller, I was so good. I still know the backflip and everything, by heart. But playing with the PlayStation controller, the camera is backwards to what I'm normally doing. Tried to invert it. I doesn't do what I want it to do, and so pretty much everything's kind of wonky. And then they added like the manual and all that in there, so I'm not used to that because I didn't really play Tony Hawk 2. So they pretty much combined all that. Plus, all the levels have like extended, stuff to do, plus extra areas, and it seems a little more hectic than what I was used to, but still fun. And I'll listen to Goldfinger Superman all day. So
Nice.
Nice. All right, Grayson, what have you been playing with Power?
So I've been juggling around a couple of games this past few weeks, just kind of trying to like finish my backlog slash like just trial games I've been wanting to play for a while. Besides like Demon Souls, Hades, and the Monster Hunter Rise demo, I've been switching back and forth. I've been playing this indie game called Iconfell, which has been taking up like all my time because it's like the best thing ever, and no one has talked about it. So Iconfell is a indie game that came out last year. It's on Switch, PS4, PC, I think.
What game?
Huh?
Which game?
Iconfell. That's what it's called. It's like IkeN fell. It's a small indie game.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a pixelated RPG. It takes a lot from Undertale, from Paper Mario, a little bit of Harry Potter.
okay.
This game is incredibly good. I'm like in the last chapter of the game. It's like maybe 15, 20 hours long. But the combat is turn-based, like a traditional like JRPG. But it has like grids that you can move your party around on, and it has that Paper Mario style of combat where if you press a button during your attack, it does more damage, and you can avoid damage by pressing a button when you're about to get hit. So it's a very like active battle system.
Mm.
The music is done by the people from Steven Universe, and it has a very freaking good soundtrack. Like some of the songs even have lyrics to them. The story's really good. It's pretty much like a spin on like Harry Potter a little bit, but the main character, her sister is missing. Her sister goes to like this wizard academy, and she's not a wizard herself, so she goes to the school to find out what happened to her sister, and she gets magical powers, and she meets these quirky little characters who end up joining her party, and like everyone's gay. There's so many lesbians. It's super like charming and quirky, and it's really good. Like nobody has talked about it, and I'm like about to finish it. I'm like, this is like my top 5 like favorite games of this year of 2020. Like it's incredible, and it's like the perfect length. Like doesn't overstay its welcome. The battle system, it's fun. It's not too challenging. There are like Zelda like old school dungeon puzzles in there a little bit. It's a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a little indie game on Switch, I would recommend it for Switch. I'm playing on my PS5.
I have that on my backlog too. I
So-
downloaded it a few months ago, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So maybe
Yeah.
I'll start that one next.
Yeah,
I-
I've been tweeting about it because I wanted to play it.
I've been waiting for someone to talk about it because I didn't know. I'm like, should I get it or not? Every time I see it, I'm like, is this for me or is it not? So I've been wrestling with it. So I guess I have to get it.
I think you will like. I think you will love it. Like it has so much charm. Where at the beginning, I didn't think I would be like so involved in the story they were telling. I thought it was like a simple kind of thing, but it goes places and like there's no voice acting or anything. It's all just text based. But it has a lot of heart. The story is pretty interesting and mysterious, and like it just kind of leaves you. It always leaves you kind of like in a cliffhanger, and you really want to know what's happening next. So I've just been like playing that every morning when I wake up. It's like such a nice, cozy little game to play. You know, it's excellent. And
So
it's like $15 maybe or $20.
and the game is Ikenfall, IKENFA.
But I can spell.
Oh,
I can
Ikenfell.
Gotcha.
FELL. Yes.
Yes.
So it should be in the not recent. I think it's in deals, right? If you go on your Switch, because I think it's on sale.
I think it is. It might be on sale. Yeah, but play it. It's great.
Dan, what have you been playing with Power?
So I finished Nino Kuni last week finally.
Good game.
Man, that game was so good. I was so happy I ended up playing that 7 years later. The story is really good. You really hurt for the main character through most of it, and it's a surprisingly like dark story with how quirky it is. You get this little blob with a lantern from his nose hanging around, speaking with the Scottish accent to you, but it has kind of these dark tones. Super cool combat system, really cool world, very good JRPG. If anybody hasn't played it, it's like $12 on the eShop right now. So I moved on from that, and I've been playing Mega Man 11 a lot. I'm struggling towards these last levels again. I beat it when it first came out, but man, I'm having so much fun with this game. If you're a Mega Man fan, pick up Mega Man 11. It's a nice love letter to the NES titles and has a couple of new gimmicks that are good. And then I've been playing Mercenaries Blaze, which Ed, I, and Laurent, we were all talking about Mercenaries Blaze. We were talking about Final Fantasy Tactics recently, and I've been getting the itch to play it. So my friend actually recommended this game to me, which is a lot like Final Fantasy Tactics.
It's on it's on my list because I've been seeing it in the eShop, and I've been wondering should I pick it up that one too.
It's really good. I'm about 13 missions in right now. It's not a long game. It's pretty short. It'll probably take me 20 hours to beat it, I'm assuming, but it's really like probably the best tactics game that's like Final Fantasy Tactics. The job system is a little more shallow than I would like it to be, but for what it is, it's been really fun and engaging. So Mercenaries Blaze is a really, really good one to get onto if you're into strategy RPGs.
Okay. So for my playing with Power, like I mentioned last week, I finished Paper Mario: The Origami King. Truly enjoyed that. Started Nino Kuni also on Switch. Had it for PS3, played it for a little bit, but stopped. But
Same.
I have Nino Kuni 2 on PS4, and Nino
The
Kuni.
story's rewarding.
Yeah, I cannot wait to play more of it. I started it and got into it. Now I'm like I get into grinder mode, so can't wait. I also picked up Paradise Killer for Switch. Shout out to my good friend Matthew Infinite Rewind on Twitter. I told him, I'm like, this soundtrack is so smooth, and I cannot wait to be solving mysteries and finding out what's going on. It's a little bit dark, but it's really, really good. Also started up Immortals Phoenix Rising on Switch. Just got to play a little bit more of that. Thoroughly enjoying that. Installing Yakuza Like a Dragon for PS4.
Great game.
It's on my backlog.
Yes, getting ready for that. played Final Fantasy VII, and I just fought the Hell House, and that was the most of the kookiest, craziest boss fight ever. And I posted on Twitter. I'm like, I'm just gonna let everybody know this. Before you say anything about Paper Mario's The Origami King boss fight, you play these boss fights in Final Fantasy VII and just be like, wow. Like, just wow. So I'm doing that. And for Xbox, still playing Cyberpunk, but I'm about to jump into Tell Me Why. And I downloaded Hitman 2. There's some games with ghosts that are also going to be downloading. And I got Cyber Ninja, the one from Yakuza Games, coming
Cyber
this
Shadow?
Friday. Cyber Shadow coming for Yakuza games. Depending on if I could get a Series X this week or not, I am going to be downloading Hitman 3 on Switch because I want to play the cloud version. I'm going to see how that goes. But that's pretty much what I've been playing with Power. And with
Very
that,
cool.
yeah.
I was
And
going to say,
okay.
you guys see that new trailer today for Nuts?
No.
That
I
looks
seen
good. It reminds me of Firewatch.
Yeah, I said that
So
too.
I'm looking forward to that. I thought that was kind of a interesting trailer. So
Yeah, that's Pop Agenda, right?
yes, I believe so.
Yeah. They did Bugsnax. I published.
I seen the video, Shane.
Shout out to Jen Miller.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen the video, Shane. I think
Yeah.
I'm interested. I might have to probably pick it up.
Yeah.
Put on this. And with that, everybody, that has been Nintendo Pow Block. We're going to quickly get into some plugs. Logan, where can we find you?
Find me on Twitter at Logan Corkins or the Land Party Podcast, Trash Talk, and Rope Talk. Next week, Royal Rumble. Let's do it.
Yes. Dan, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DCDM99.
Yes. Shane, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Still Saying Shane, or you can read my blogs or listen to the podcast at Another Zelda Podcast.
Yes. And Grayson, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Grayson Morales, and you can find my writing at Game Rant. I write a lot of guides, so if you need help in like games like Genshin Impact and Genshin Impact, games that are popular right now, you can find guides for Genshin Impact and Pokemon Go and stuff. So yeah, that's me.
You guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code. You can check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, iTunes, other podcast apps. You can also check out Recap, Talk the Walk, and more here at Boss Rush Games. And also check out Boss Rush Entertainment, where you'll find Logan's content and everything. Check out Boss Rush Network for our first class. Everybody who's there got great podcast content. Check out our blogs on bossrushgames.com. You can also check out our Twitch stream here on Boss Rush Games on Twitch. And yes, if you want to find my information for my PSN, my Xbox, and my Switch is on my Twitter page at that retro code. With that, everybody, we just want you guys to be better, be you, and be more. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Logan. Thank you, Grayson. Thank you, Dan, for this quiz show. It was really fun. I had a great time with you all. And we will see you guys next week for another episode of Nintendo Pow Block. And as always, everybody, let's continue to play video games and be better to one another. We'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Woo-hoo!